18.8 degrees, 18.8. And the starting mileage is 29531. 29531.
Hey YouTube, it's gentlemansnine. Thought I'd try something new here. I noticed the sound quality in my vids is still not as good as I'd like. And my mic in my helmet, because I put in this face mask thing, the easiest way to run the mic in was basically down. So it's actually pointing down. I cut a hole for it so it has access to my voice, if you want to call it that. But it was pointing down, and it's pointing down towards my chin area, which there's probably a lot of turbulence under there because it's really just there's a chin spoiler there, but it's not soundproof. So what I did was I turned the mic right side up, and now it's actually facing towards my my nose, if you want to call it that. So hopefully this sounds better. So I have a question for everybody. It's called commitment. So if you set up, let's say the group of us had a meetup, and we all agreed to meet on this date, and then you know, obviously it's a drive for any one of us, and then as we get closer to the date, you send out an email or a text message or a phone call to the organizer and say, hey, just want to make sure this thing's still on and that we're meeting at this time, and you don't get a response. So not only do you not get a response, when the day comes, you still don't have a response. Now, do you go to the meetup? Oh man, somebody ran over a skunk. Do you still go to the meetup, or do you wait back and wait for a message, or what? Now let's say you didn't actually go to the meetup, and then you find out nobody else went to the meetup. Would you feel a little pissed off at the organizer? Or what if the organizer came back at you and said, oh, you know, I had a family problem, I had this problem, I had a schedule conflict or whatever. Now, do you feel sorry for the organizer now? Or are you still pissed off the organizer for not actually telling you what the hell was going on? This didn't happen to me, but it happened to somebody I know, and they are a little torqued, so I understand. And at the same time, the way it was phrased from the organizer, it's almost like it's a guilt trip for this person, for the person I know. It's like a guilt trip for them, thinking, oh, they shouldn't have been, you know, they should have been understanding, you know, even though that they didn't respond in the first place, that they should have been understanding of there's a potential problem with the situation or whatever. And then the whole slew, it was like a whole, it's funny because like I actually was able to predict most of the excuses that came out, because this has actually happened in the past, and I said it's going to be like something like this, like this, like this, and the email that we got back actually listed off excuses just like this, this, and this, you know. And this person is very predictable. It's all meant to make you feel guilty, when in fact this person was actually at fault for, basically in this case, completely forgetting. Anyways, to me if you make a commitment, you need to stick to your commitment. Or if you really, really need to change because of a family matter or whatever, then you need to let everybody know ahead of time, not afterwards, ahead of time, because that's part of your responsibility. I mean, that's the right thing to do. You know, people have modified their plans to meet up with you, and then all of a sudden you can't make it and you don't tell them. That's just crap. That's crap if you ask me. So it looks like the weather here is gonna warm up. I didn't actually ride yesterday because there was ice, because it was warm, and then it got cold. And actually this morning I probably shouldn't have rode either, because when I looked, the driveway looked fine, the road looked fine, but when I backed my scooter out of the garage, my whole driveway was actually slippery, even though it didn't look like there was ice. Then I pondered whether or not I should go. Obviously I went, but most of the roads have been fine. Just my driveway is really the issue. So just like before, I actually did the joke first, and then this very uninteresting vlog, but I'll put the joke right here, and then talk to you guys later. Bye bye. The dean is addressing a bunch of college students on their first day, and he says, the female dorms are off limits to all males, and the male dorms are off limits to all females. Anyone found in violation of this rule will pay $20 their first instance, $50 their second instance, and $100 for their third instance. Does anybody have any questions? And the student in the back raises his hand and says, how much for a season pass? How's that?
Ending mileage 29570, 29570.